We've known each other a very long time. Claywoman. Takes a while. So, I am going to sit over here. Clay, do you need help? Oh, okay. Yeah. Here you go. Oh, yep, it's so right. So you just fold up the hips and you just, good. Hi, Clay. It's been a really long time. I'm so happy we got to make this work.
Hello, Jemima.
So Clay and I have known each other a long time. We go all the way back to Don Hills, actually. Yeah, we met there.
That's interesting. Can we move a little bit over because I can't see you?
Oh. So we've been trying to make this work because the two of us have very busy schedules and, you know, I mean, although we've known each other a long time, I've never had the honor of interviewing Claywoman. So I'm just so excited we got to make it work.
I'm so excited that this finally worked out, Jemima.
And it's very difficult without a cell phone.
It's very hard because mostly when people try to contact me, they just have to keep yelling.
Right.
And if they yell loud enough, depending on where I am, some point I'll hear it, and I might move a little bit over to one side, and I'll alert my staff, and then they'll tell me, and sometimes I just guess, really.
Right, and do you get booked a lot? Is it like tours that you do, or do you?
I get a lot of requests. You know, you'd be surprised, because although a lot of people on your planet aren't aware of me, there are several star systems where I'm very popular. I usually will say yes to almost every request. But occasionally, yeah, but you know, I do have limits.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like, at your age, and I'm not being rude, but you know, just at whatever, however, at 500, whatever you are, 501 million years old.
I don't see why that's important.
It's not, you're right, and it shouldn't be your point of identity, I'm sorry. But at your age, don't you find it, don't you get tired? Like, don't you find, do you know how to say no to people?
Well, I don't usually say no, although there is one awful planet that asks me occasionally if I would speak there. And the problem is, well, first of all, the planet is made entirely out of cancer cells. And secondly, which is really disturbing, secondly, they don't speak to each other, they only text. So it's in constant...
And that's hard for you?
Yes, but I can't text, and also because of that, they're in a constant state of war. Misunderstandings.
Right, so you don't perform there?
No, I won't go there anymore. I went there one time and I found it to be dreadful.
No, I can imagine that sounds really awful. So Clay, tell me, how are you? You look amazing, by the way.
Thank you. I'm good.
You do. You've got. I feel like there's a softness.
You do, really?
Yeah, something. What have you been doing?
I just, you know, I was so excited to come here because usually, my days are filled with a lot of busy work and drudgery. And when I got your call, well, not your call, but when I heard that you had...
When you got my call.
Yes, when you called. You did. You were very loud when you wanted me. And it was great. And then so I spent most of today being excited.
Yeah.
You know, I had something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised that you had the time to meet with me as well.
Well, I mean, I did, but I didn't get a chance to shower, obviously. It looks like I showered, but it's actually just my natural grease from my head. And I just looked in the mirror before I came here, and I was just like, ugh.
Really?
Like, do you ever look in the mirror and just think, ugh?
Well, you know what the interesting thing is?
Yeah.
I've never looked in the mirror.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
And is that deliberate?
Well, it's just never occurred to me. What's it like?
I mean, it really depends on the day.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you mean that you know what you look like?
Precisely what I look. I know what I look like doing everything
So interesting because I have no idea what I look like.
Well, let me tell you, it's interesting. Yeah.
Is it different from you?
I mean, the hair, you have hair and nose and whatever, you know.
Interesting.
But Clay, I'm so happy to have you here, and I'm so glad you could make the time. And you know what, your presence is always so soothing to me, especially when I'm going through something.
Are you troubled?
I am troubled, and that's sort of why I asked you to come tonight. Is yes, because I want you to, you know, I want everyone to hear.
Do you have children?
Yeah, I have 2 kids, and yeah, can you tell?
Well, you seem not entirely, but I get the sense that maybe you've got a lot of responsibilities.
I do have a lot of responsibilities, but my kids aren't what's troubling me at the moment. I mean, I'm going through this thing with my dad, where I sort of, I hate him, right? And I don't talk to him, but like I'm starting to miss him. But I think I'm just missing him, like, I just want to hang out with him. I don't think I'm missing him like I love him. Like I really don't care about him, but I would like to maybe like watch TV with him for a minute. And so, I'm feeling like, why not? Why don't I? But then I remember I hate him. So, but I don't care. So anyway, I started thinking about you. Do you have parents?
Well, I don't know.
Right.
Because, and I'll explain it to you, on our planet it's very different. You see, when a child is born, the police are usually there. Because children, for their first year of life, are incredibly dangerous. And they will kill the parents. So what happens is the police will come and they'll cordon off the parents and be very careful, and then they'll take the child and put handcuffs on the child and arrest the child and put the child in prison for a year. And this protects the parents from the children, because the children will kill them. The reason the children are so upset is that the music that is playing in the wombs of the women on our planet is awful. And so by the time they're born, they've just had it. And they lash out. It takes about a year or so for them to calm down. But then after that, what happens is the parents are terrified of them, so they usually hide. So none of us really know.
So you were born to parents, but you just never met them. You were right.
That's what I was told.
Right. Okay. So no parental issues whatsoever.
Well, you can imagine there are some.
Oh yes, of course. Because lack of, right?
Yes. Well, you know, I wonder though, and I feel it has some bearing on why I never became a parent. But I would say in your case, it's admittedly very different.
Yeah.
There's shoes on the other foot.
Right.
But I would say you could watch television with him.
Yeah. Could I?
You could do.
Without letting him think that I actually love him.
Or without even letting him know that you're watching television with him.
Right.
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Just sneak up on him
Right.
when he doesn't know that you're there and watch television.
This is amazing, and I think I'm going to cry.
Really?
No. No. But I do like that idea. Thank you so much, Claywoman. I was wondering if you could treat us to one of your legendary meditations. I could really use it.
I know, I'm sorry, you seem very...
Oh.
It seems like you've got a lot on your mind.
Yeah.
And so I'll do my best.
Okay.
I'll do my best to treat you to the meditation. I'd like the rest of you can join in. It's a relaxation meditation that I like to do. So close your eyes and turn your head a little bit to the left. Turn it a little bit to the right. Keep it turned to the right and look down a bit. Look up, but with your eyes closed. Turn your head back to the left. If it was at the right, turn it to the left. If it was at the left, turn it to the right. Great. Now, I want you to imagine that you're sitting on a candle. and that the candle is very good at public speaking. And this candle is giving a TED talk. You're sitting on it, and you're uncomfortable because this is not a subject that you want to be associated with, the subject the candle is speaking about. The candle's going on about some conspiracy theory or something ridiculous. You think it's beneath you to even be in the room, but you're still sitting on that candle. And you start to wonder, how do I gracefully get out of here? And then you look down, and the candle winks at you. And then you say to the candle, "Are you sure about this?" And the candle smiles. Then you find that you lift yourself about 15 feet in the air, and you look and you see these little dots in the distance. And the dots are... Oh no, they're not even there. They're not even there. There was nothing there. There literally was nothing there. And now I would like you to worry. Start worrying about perhaps anything that you might not have completed that might be due tomorrow. Think about the passage of time. Might not really make any sort of mark here before you die. Think about the possibility of never finding love, or if you are in love, imagine that the person you're in love with secretly finds you very grating. Imagine that you've accidentally said something on social media that you thought was quite innocuous, but you're going to go home to find out that you're an international prize. Let these fears wash over you. Internalize them. But you should also worry about money. That would be good. Perhaps the financial instability in your life, that's a good thing. Now just think about these things really hard. Great. You should feel wonderful now. That's the end of the meditation. It was good, right?
Well, I feel amazing.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look just lighter.
Yeah, no, I do. I feel it. I feel it. I feel like something, you're doing something very different than what most people do, and it's having this reverse psychology effect, and I'm just peaceful now.
Well, that is lovely.
Yeah.
I'm so glad.
Well, it was so great to have you, Clay, today, and I hope we get to hang out again soon without the audience. Maybe we'll go, I don't know, we'll go dancing or something. Well, we haven't done that in a long time. But.
No, I would love to go dancing with you. Yeah, I really would.
Actually, would you like to go somewhere now?
Got to get a cup of tea.
I hear the rest of the show should.
Yeah, it's wonderful. We should go get a cup of tea down the street.
Let's do that.
All right,
wait, stay right there.
All right.
Because I can help you. Can we have a round of applause for Claywoman? Keep talking.
Ladies and gentlemen, Claywoman and Jemima Kirke. Thank you so much. You know, stage hands, you have to do everything in Brooklyn. Welcome to Brooklyn. House of Yes. Fancier than ever, but you know, still, what is it people call us? DIY? DIY. Thanks, Kay Burke. I'll let somebody else figure that out. Okay, next up, our directress of the film, co-producer, the wonderful Jill Pangalo.